in red, serving USA in blue. Özbay with that left-handed serve to start. Here's the attack from Drews. Picked up by Kiraly. Şahin block. The block starts beautifully for USA.
Last time these two met, USA had 13 total blocks, so I'm thinking that is Jordan Poulter and team.
Yeah, I didn't give her credit. You got to give the setters credit when they make the block, and there's another block on the other side.
This is definitely one of their strengths. Ogbogu doing a great job of reading Cansu as she's setting that behind. Well, the Turkish love their volleyball. I think they love their national team more than the clubs, but it's really cool to play in every different country and just to see different styles. And in Turkey, it's definitely a nice high-hitting style of volleyball.
USA scrambling. It's a free ball over. Chance for Turkey. Picked up by Franti. Here's Drews, and it falls. Annie Drews is off to a good start.
Great blocker. I mean, she's always got her hands over in the right position. But
Tournament's leader in aces, Annie Drews, with 15 of them. Here's the back row attack from Kiraly, picked up by the U.S. Drews hammers it down the line, and it's another point for Annie Drews. She's got 3 already.
Also, I like that from her team, knowing that they've decided on from Coach Kiraly.
And USA, I believe that was a back row attack from Robinson Cook.
Really fast down the line.
Ogbogu through the middle. Can Turkey keep it alive? Yes, free ball over. Poulter goes middle, and Ogbogu slams it down.
You're going to have a lot of options, but Poulter's chosen to use her middle. She's got a one-on-one.
No, I think it's well said that it's like bonus points, I think you said earlier.
Yeah, something like that.
Özbay with the bump set to Kiraly. Karlini there. So the set from Cook, it's off the net. USA gets a chance to recycle it. Here's Coutinho, picked up by Özbay. And Kiraly, nice pickup from Karlini again. Here's Franti, and that's going to finish the rally finally.
The defense from Karlini, she is so good at that in her position. A couple of times in a row, she had to just get her body in the right position. The finish from Franti, but I got to give credit to...
Late in this opening set, Ali Franti serves back deep. Şahin steps into set. Boladin. It's going to be a free ball over. Chance for Turkey. Özbay in for Gunesh. Picked up by Morgan Hens. Now Coutinho. Or at least Ogbogu. Good job by Drews to keep it alive. Cook. And she goes off the block and down.
A lot of defensive effort on both sides, but USA have really got that tip covered. I feel like they were exploited in a couple of matches so far in pool play, and they've adapted, and they're not letting anyone...
No, she takes a little off it. And still, Kelsey Robinson Cook finishes the set. Huge swing.
Very nicely done by USA to get out of that little bit of a pickle there. You see Robinson just take a step in.
Boladin picked up by Morgan Hens. Another chance for Turkey. Boladin again. The block is there from Drews and Ogbogu.
Turkey, they can't let them get on a run here, and a couple points in a row. It's more like how long the ball stays in your hand and if there's a spin as it comes out.
Poulter sets Ogbogu. That's a perfect set, and then drilled home by the middle blocker.
And just to go back to that setting, what refs...
Here's Kiraly. She's the only player on this Turkish team who plays professionally somewhere other than Turkey. She plays in Italy. And there's a huge block from Haley Washington. She is stoked.
Last season, Washington now headed to Scandicci. But that'll feel really good. Player.
Yeah, she gets pretty fiery herself, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah.
And she comes right back, and they go right back to her.
And I'm feeling good and running those routes. So she gives her the ball immediately back, says,
Now Erdem at the service line, goes at Franti, as they've been doing. And then USA goes with the slide play again, and Washington.
I love it. Slide for slide. Let's go. Keep it going. Making a good step, good read, but there's just too much space there between them.
Poulter sets Drews, and USA's opposite delivers again.
Within the game, you see Drews this time. She's got two big blockers that are well closed.
Here's Drews, and USA right back up by 2. Akaz, the libero for Turkiye, makes that play. Erdem's now going to set for Aydin, but the block is there from Coutinho.
Just on a roll, and really, you know, it starts from the serve. We talk about it over and over.
Captain Erdem. Carlini actually has someone else step into set. Here's Shaheen, picked up by Boledin. Here's Shaheen again. Now Franti's there. Coutinho, and it's kept alive by Turkiye. Carlini, back row, Kelsey Robinson Cook gives USA set point.
Look at that up by Karch. She just sticks out a shin.
It's a
clever move, just off the fingertips.
And Ali Franti hammers that one to the ground. Perfect little side out for the US. She was on the team at the last World Championships as an 18-year-old. Ozbay, Baladin, nobody there to cover.
Action from Baladin afterwards.
In comes Elif Şahin, who is substituted in every match in this tournament for Turkiye. She did earlier as well. Here's Şahin, blocked again. Turkiye's coverage is just not what we've seen it.
Huge block from USA. Poulter.
And Poulter tries the setter dump. Here's Karakut, picked up by Cook. Drews. Can Turkiye keep it alive? Yes, free ball over. USA through the middle. Coverage is there from Turkiye. Karakut just sets the ball. Here's Drews again trying to finish the rally. Shebacholu's into the game now for Turkiye. Here's Franti, blocked.
Whoa, great defense.
Drews, and finally Annie Drews cleans up the garbage.
Wong Arantes all over that play. Covering, look at that, diving and sprawl. Using that left arm going across her body and out.
And now the block from Hannah Tapp.
The setter kind of gave away some clues, and Gunesh going right into the meat of her block. Feeling
17 serving 20. Franti, block. Oh, and it drops in anyway.
Franti's still the top scorer with 17 points. Karch is right behind her, nipping at her heels, 15 points.
Washington's serve. Oh, it's a tough one. Turkiye blocked, and USA is inching ever closer here.
Oh, it's a great finish from Coutinho, and you mentioned it before. She is kind of, you know what I mean? All their brains combined to be out there on the court. It's not just the 5, 6, 7 players that are actually out there.
Here's Franti, and Turkiye just can't do anything about Ali Franti in this game. She's just finding so many answers from out there.
Connection on it.
Here's Drews trying to shovel it off the block, and it works. And USA has match point.
Match point, ladies and gentlemen, match point.
Serve. She's a year younger than Erdem. She's 34, another veteran. Still match point USA. And it is kept alive by Turkey from Şahin. Another chance. Drews still kept alive. Erdem bump set across. Karakut. It's over. Robinson Cook and Hannah Tapp with the final block to win it. USA is off to the semifinals.
What a way for USA to finish. Like I said, they had that in the bag pretty much from the very first point. I didn't see much pressure coming from Turkey.